friends, I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a cozy study vlog which I've never filmed before, so I'm really excited to take you guys along with me as I spend the whole day studying my personal curriculum. Currently, I've created 4 different classes for me to partake in and I've started 3 of them, so that means I have one that I really should get started on. But to help maximize the hours that I have, I've created a schedule for today and it's currently 10:30 in the morning and I'm hoping to start with my Brandon Sanderson unit. Well, I guess it's actually my creative writing unit. It's just I'm taking Brandon Sanderson's lectures. I've got all the outlines for all the different classes that I'm taking here printed, so maybe if you guys have some homework to do or you're studying for an exam or if you're even studying for a personal curriculum like me, then do go grab all your materials and maybe a cozy drink and let's get into the video. Hello, it's voiceover Ahya here. So like I said in the intro, I started off the day by watching a lecture by Brandon Sanderson, which by the way is available for free on YouTube, and I'll try to link it below. If you don't know who Brandon Sanderson is, he's a best-selling author in mainly the sci-fi and fantasy genre, and some of his works include the Mistborn series and Tress of the Emerald Sea, but he's also very well known for being able to write an absurd number of books each year, and he also happens to lecture on creative writing. Honestly, I don't know where he gets all the time, it's amazing, but he's made it available for everybody to access online. So it's a 16-part lecture series, and here I'm listening to lecture 2, which was specifically on plot and the promise, progress and payoff structure. I have quite a few things to say about this, but firstly, it's so incredibly generous and kind of Brandon Sanderson to have made this resource free when he didn't have to. He's a very prolific author and I'm so grateful that he's so willing to share his wealth of experience and knowledge with us all. And secondly, it's so insightful and interesting being able to understand the actual structure of a story and the craft that goes behind writing a novel. I don't know about you guys, but normally when I read a book, if something doesn't quite work for me, I'm a bit like, oh, I wish it did this instead, or oh, I didn't really like the way that this turned out. And you know, I'll have different comments, I'll have different things to say about it, but it's really fascinating to learn about the potential ways an author could have gone wrong and the behind the scenes of it all. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this lecture series. But for lunch, my husband asked if I could make some miyeok-guk, which is translated as seaweed soup. And honestly, that doesn't sound the most appetizing, but it's a Korean dish that traditionally we would eat to honor someone's birthday. So growing up, my mum would always cook miyeok-guk whenever it was someone's birthday in the family. However, it's also a very delicious and heartwarming meal to have, especially now that it's colder. And Ian had been saying for days that he was craving it, so that's why it became the menu of the day. I know that in one of my latest vlogs, I think it was the Quiet Start to October vlog, I shared some snippets of cooking kimchi jjigae, and a lot of you guys actually asked if I could share the recipe with you, and I was honestly really touched to hear that so many of you were interested in cooking it. To be honest, one of the reasons why I did include the recipe was because I wasn't sure if you guys would be interested in Korean dishes, but I heard you guys in the previous one, so in case you guys wanted to cook miyeok-guk as well, I'll leave all the instructions on how to cook it in the description box alongside the kimchi jjigae recipe in the previous vlog. Hello friends, I've just had some lunch and I'm back up in the office and I just received this lovely package from one of you guys. I believe your name is Laura, so thank you so much, Laura. Laura contacted me maybe a couple of weeks ago asking if she could send me one of her lovely hand embroidered tea bookmarks, and when I heard this I was just so over the moon. You guys know me so well, a tea bag bookmark is exactly the kind of thing that I would adore, and honestly it's such a genius idea. But Laura is an artisan from Spain and she creates these delightful tea bag bookmarks. I'll leave all her details in the description box below because she is such a wonderful artist. Everything from the products to the actual packaging, I mean, it's the most delightful thing ever. Oh, it's got a little kitten inside a mug. It feels so cottagecore-esque and a celebration of tea. Oh, this is so cute. I'm going to treasure all your products, Laura, with all my heart. So thank you again, and definitely go give Cup of Min a look. You guys won't be disappointed with the products that she has. I just can't believe I have the loveliest viewers. You guys, thank you so much. But currently, a little bit of an update. I have made myself another cup of tea, of course. And to be honest, I was supposed to start reading On Writing by Stephen King, but that hasn't happened yet, and I think I'm going to move on to my Japanese unit next, just because I'm in the mood for Japanese and it's a personal curriculum, so I can do whatever I want. So what I'm going to do now is do some Duolingo practice, read my Japanese picture book, and then also do some podcasts and a worksheet, I think. Now, before sharing with you guys on how my Japanese unit is going so far this term, I want to thank Journal Say who are collaborating with me on today's video. I've worked with Journal Say in the past and I use their products every single day, including all the highlighters that you've been seeing me use throughout this entire video. So when they reached out to me asking if I'd be interested in reviewing some more of their products, of course I had to say yes. If you guys love stationery and are into journaling of any sort, you have to check out Journal Say. They offer a truly huge range of products, from stickers to pens to highlighters and washi tapes, as well as some storage supplies which I got for the first time this round. But some of the products I was most excited to receive were some new stickers and memo pads, because I'd really run low on my personal supplies. So I can't wait to put all of these to good use in my planner now. Honestly, aren't these memo pads the cutest? They look so realistic. And I know you can't see my face in this unboxing, but I was smiling so much as I was digging into all the different boxes. Some of the products were reorders, so for instance this double-sided sticky tape, this was a reorder from before because that's how essential they've become to my stationery collection. And another favourite of mine are their neutral and pink shade highlighters that I use constantly throughout all my videos. But I saw that they had a green version on their website, so of course I had to get this as well. These highlighters are so smooth and pigmented and they've lasted so long despite me using it constantly. Another product that I was really looking forward to receiving were these 2 desk bins, which may seem a little bit random to you guys, but we desperately needed some small bins in my office as well as downstairs in the living room, so these white ones were perfect for it. So if you guys like the look of any of these products, you can use the code Ahya's Cottage for 8% off your order, and I'll make sure to try and link every single item that I received in the description box so that you can access it easily. Thank you so much to Journal Safe for collaborating with me again, and I hope you guys enjoy browsing through their different stationery. Japanese is a language that I've always been interested in for a couple of different reasons. The first is for purely acoustic reasons. I think that Japanese sounds so beautiful and is very pleasant for me to listen to. And secondly, I've loved watching anime since I was very young and have thereby naturally been curious in Japanese culture. However, last year was the first time that I really tried to learn the language because of my honeymoon to Japan in September 2024. That being said, at the time, I was just about able to recognize some key words and utter basic greetings like konnichiwa and arigatou gozaimasu, and it wasn't until earlier this year when I finally decided to take it a bit more seriously and learn it properly. So I've been meeting up with my friend Chisu, and it's been lovely having in-person interactions with a friend who knows Japanese, but I've also really been enjoying self-teaching through various different mediums. For instance, one of my favorites has been reading Japanese children's books to practice reading and my speaking as well. And in addition, I recently came across a platform called Irodori, which I believe is a learning curriculum designed for foreigners who are planning on working and living in Japan. But they have a couple different free workbooks, so I'm starting the lessons from the very basic and I'm planning on working my way up. I know that there are also textbooks out there like Genki, but they are so expensive, so if you happen to be studying Japanese and you know of any other resources, please do let me know. I feel like that was a really productive yet long day. I feel like I haven't had such a prolonged amount of time to be able to dedicate hours in feeding my brain since I left uni. So I feel like my brain's sort of been bombarded with information, but in the best way possible. I'm so thankful that I got to spend this entire day just working on my personal curriculum and making progress on units and modules where I was really falling behind. To be honest, I still haven't made a start on my Gothic classics, which was the goal of today's video, so I'm definitely going to have another one of these days and really get a move on with that unit. But I did make a good progress on my creative writing class and my Japanese class, and just now you will have seen me starting Inferno by Dante, and I'm really enjoying it actually. I was a little bit apprehensive at first because I get a little bit, well, let's see, I don't have the best relationship with poetry. So when I found out that Inferno and the Divine Comedy was pretty much an epic poem, I was a bit nervous, I can't lie. But so far I've made it to Canto 3 and it's going okay. I feel like watching a couple of videos to introduce me to the book was really helpful, but I am definitely getting hungry again and it's time for me to grab some dinner. So I think I'm going to wrap the video up here. Thank you all so much for watching and for staying here with me. If you guys were studying at the same time that I was during this vlog, then let me know what you were studying in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye friends!